Hi, guys. Welcome to Living Abroad, the podcast. It's been a while, it's been a minute, but yeah, we are back. Please do us a favor. I mean, watch, like, subscribe. We do need those likes. We do need the comments, guys. Please, it keeps us going. And does sometimes people will just watch it and you're like, don't you have like opinion? You know?
Banazo, they do have
Or
it.
someone is just like to just peep. Why do people do that? Honestly.
Abantu now what I've noticed that abakho supporting. Yeah.
The support.
So as much as they think they are, they're gonna go to a podcast yakho and then watch it and then they know they have lunatic opinions about the content online, but they're not gonna go back and be like, my idea of Lendo they always go to WhatsApp. I don't need you to go to my WhatsApp.
I always get that as well. I always get that. Sondela pelanti again.
It's always like that.
Yeah.
It's always like that. It's always like that. So now I always say my advice, go to the page and then watch and then comment. Then
don't just watch. Yeah, don't do that.
They always go to WhatsApp and comment there. I don't want your comment there.
Yeah, I want your comment
matters.
Yeah, yes.
It matters when everyone sees it because the comment you only demand
exactly. Yeah. So guys, we're back, Living Abroad, the podcast. We'll try and do these videos like as regular as we can. That's it's been a while. I've got my cousin here from all the way. Eastern Cape, South Africa. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, guys. Hey, I don't think you remember me before. It's a new journey, and I have this big afro now. It's different. Yeah. My name is Wakho, guys. Surname is Udo. I'm from South Africa, Eastern Cape. Yeah. This is my cousin I'm talking to.
They will remember you. Remember the the last one we did. It was with our late friend Umandla. R.I.P. Hey, may his
rest in peace. Rest in peace to
the OG. May his soul rest in peace. Yeah, so that was our last episode. Hello, Branico. How are you? We already started.
Yeah, you guys are too intelligent, no?
I think now with the time, eh? We don't have an African watch. We have an European watch.
How you doing, man? It's good.
I'm doing good, fam. Thank you very much. How are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we just started introducing ourselves. I mean, everyone will know who you are, Nico. You don't need any introduction.
I've watched one of your your episodes the last time with him. And I love that. I loved it. I'm grateful that he's here now, and we're gonna impact.
We're gonna unpack a few things. The last episode I did with Wakho. Wakho is in South Africa, in Eastern Cape. He's my cousin. But otherwise, how are you? How are you, Nico?
I'm good. I'm one of those people, even there's something wrong, we just have to deal with. My phone is not working, so I've been trying to get gift card to get my phone working. He's asked me to bring my passport for pay-as-you-go phone. Are you mad? Passport for pay-as-you-go. For pay-as-you-go phone, she want my passport. Like, I can throw your SIM card down tomorrow, mate. You know what I mean?
No. But listen, Wakho, you won't believe what happened to his phone. Just explain, Wakho, what happened to your phone, Nico. I was shocked.
It was not this weekend. Last weekend I was in Edinburgh. So I finished watching South Africa game, New Zealand. I'm going to go to the kebab shop, get some food. Walking down these two, I would say now maybe Algerian or Romanians, like, mate, do you have any cigarette? But because I'm holding my phone and something was going, so I'm trying to drop this thing in my pocket instead of within that minute, he grabbed my phone and ran across the road, two of them.
In Edinburgh.
I thought it was a joke. I'm standing a bit because I'm trying to correct what's going on here. Then I thought my phone is in my pocket.
But they just grabbed it.
This is real. I'm just chasing these guys like, oh man, they're gone.
Really? Nah, fam. It's not supposed to happen.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to happen there. It's not. If it happened in South Africa, I would be surprised because it's one of those things. But in Scotland,
let me tell you something. Don't be fooled about these white people, right? These are the thieves from I don't know when the world started. They started stealing from day one. So don't give me that thing like Africans are thieves. These are the thieves, mate.
Yeah.
Seriously. And how I don't even understand how they managed to convince us like us that we are the biggest thieves and the biggest groups when they are actually.
Man, I'll tell you something. For me, I've got lots of good white friends, good white black friends, and all that stuff. I think the point is, for me, as Africans, we are very trusting.
Yeah.
When someone asks you a question on the road, you know what I mean, like especially in UK, you still got that mentality, as you said, my brother, like, oh, if that happened in South Africa, it wouldn't happen in UK. So we have that certain mentality in our back heads that there's more trust in this country.
Yeah,
what's going to happen to me?
I mean, honestly, definitely, we are more trusting. Like even me, I'm so relaxed on the way, like on the road. Sometimes I don't even lock my car outside. That's how trusting and relaxed we are. And the minute you're in South Africa, like now, when I was over there, like I had my phone in my like under my arm all the time. My wallet, it's not in my bag and stuff like that. But over here, I'll be walking like relaxed. Even like John, like he had his bike stolen. 1 minute he went inside the shop, he got out, the bike was gone in Glasgow.
In Glasgow, in all places.
Yeah.
I think so, I think you're correct when you're saying that when you came to South Africa, you have to like everything because you're scared that someone will come and snatch your purse or something.
Yeah.
But I have this thing. I grew up here in Tanzania, in Eastern Cape, and most of the time I walk outside. No one is gonna come. And I'm more relaxed when I'm here. To be honest with you, I know that there's criminals everywhere. There's criminals. Europe, America, everywhere there's criminals. But it depends on what kind of environment you're in, and that environment, is it safer or is it calming as you think it is? But
no, but I think the second what Nico was saying, like you should not be fooled and think, oh,
it's correct.
I mean, when you said that, Nico, I was shocked. And Edinburgh, I mean, Glasgow could be a bit dodgy, but Edinburgh, honestly, like I wouldn't expect it.
This is the second phone, sorry, in 1 year. In Edinburgh, again, the first one is my fault because it was New Year's Eve, so I went to the bar and ordered 4 drinks for my friends. And nowadays you pay with the phone, so I think I paid with the phone, then I left it on the counter. Take the drinks, within a space of seconds, going back to the counter was gone. And it's loud, and the manager says, come back tomorrow, we can't deal with this now, come tomorrow.
Yeah, with the camera.
Constant staff drop. I checked my phone within like 4 hours was in London. From Scotland to London.
What?
So
hey,
you're trying to tell me that we've been painted this beautiful picture about going to Europe and we thought that it's not dangerous in terms of, okay, let's say it's not that dangerous, but they steal stuff. They steal stuff that is yours, so it's not safe to keep your thing, to like leave your things there and don't expect to put it.
Yeah, don't thinking.
Hey.
And I think that's one of the advice that you should get. You know that he's on the journey. He wants to come here, Nico. What advice can you give him besides to be careful with his property? What other advice can you give him? He wants to come here.
I'll stay home, brother. Except if you go. You got your own company, you want to come and stay or run it here, go ahead. But if you're just coming to what's called hustling like us, hustling here.
Yeah.
It's good maybe for 1 month. And then after that, you see this place is too expensive. And secondly, there's so much rules, man. I mean, like, not the moment, I don't think that's a good advice. I think the good advice for me, I've been here 23 years. If I have to revisit my younger one, I will never come back to Europe, even anywhere in the world, because I learned that there's some things we took for granted back home. In Zimbabwe, for example, like, of course, I'm not taking granted the government is rubbish. I'm not saying, but I don't know. This place is different, man. This is not it's not home. But if you got the opportunity to actually make a living and support families and do that, it's good.
Come and hustle for a bit.
Yeah. But I don't know what's your plan, but if you got a job already and because everything planned up, you can try it for 6 months, 1 year.
Mm.
So don't listen to me because I don't know your ideas, you know, and your
Yeah.
luck. But I'm talking about my own experience that for now, even now, I'm a little bit stable, a bit doing my own things, but I still feel like the things we are doing in Europe, if we can do them in Africa,
But
there'll
that's
be
the
more
thing, though.
progress.
But that's the thing. There are a lot of gatekeepers in Africa in everything. You know what I mean? If you don't have connections, even like for a simple thing as getting like a university like placement, you know, it's such a hassle. There are even kids like in high school, they can't even get a placement in high school. It's full. You need to know someone who knows someone. I think for me, that's the disadvantage of Africa.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
big thing here. It's a big thing
gatekeepers.
because like there's a lot of people that I know. Some of them are my closest friends. They they have qualifications, man. Like you won't believe
Yeah.
like how many degrees they have, you know. And the only thing that comes out in our minds, some of us, not all of us,
Mm.
wish that we can travel to other countries that can give us those type of jobs that we need so that we can like move with life. So those are the things that we wish and we think about when we want to travel to other countries. It's not like we're thinking, okay, that country I'm gonna like pursue and it's gonna be like sweet and dreams and stuff like that. It's more like making a mark because at the end of the day, you need to build a family and make sure that your household is good. You can support back at home. That is the kind of mentality and dream as Africans we're trying to. That's why a lot of our leaders don't understand that as much as we are young, we are trying to make sure that we keep up with time because you see when you look at some European kids, Dubaian Arab young people, they make it. They make it in life. And then when you look at yourself and be like, where did I go wrong? And why am I behind and stuff like that? So
Yeah,
those are
but
the
I
kind
think
of
it's about
things.
the vision of your government, you know?
Yeah.
Setting up like opportunities to make sure that especially young people are succeeding.
There's
Yeah.
something, sorry,
Mm.
there's something I wanted to add up what you just said. You're right, but for me, I really think that young people shouldn't be taken by this what's called social media, blah blah, and then you end up in the wrong country. I've got my three siblings, sorry, my relatives. I want to talk about this actually today, which means I don't know if it's the right platform. They killed themselves this year. Different story. Like one of my family members, young, maybe about 20 or something like that, and the other one was maybe almost like in my age, and the other one was like young. These are like from my other family, and every time I receive a message, oh, this one he killed himself. Why? There's
Are they in
no
South Africa or in Zimbabwe?
in South Africa, two of them, and another one in Zimbabwe.
What's the problem? Are they male?
The male, most of it's male, because we're under pressure as men, especially in our families in Zimbabwe. Like if someone build a house and you can't do it, every time you pass that house, yeah, I'm not laughing, but it's true. It is a bad thing.
It's pain, yeah.
So it trigger your failure. It trigger your thing. But you don't know. Sometimes I was telling one of my brothers, like sometimes we compare each other to other people. For example, say, oh, look at Manuel bought this new car. It's so beautiful car. I want that car. I like, listen, you don't know how these people sleep because these people might take a loan like they cannot pay until they die. And at least you don't have anything. The bank can't come to you in your door every day harassing about money, you know?
Yeah, so do
Because
you find that like a problem, especially if you traveled, right? If you left home, you went to make it or whatever, do you find that a pressure for us Africans to actually like build your family like a big, huge house because you're in Europe now or you're in South Africa? The expectations.
Yeah.
no,
It's so big because like everyone they expect that because you're in Europe, you're making a lot of money. So you live in a soft life. That is the mentality of Africans. Yeah.
You know, even our last episode with Mandla, you know, that was what he was saying. It's like, I cannot go home. I've been wanting to go home, but I don't want to go home now. I can't because I have not made it the way I think my family would have expected after being here, after all these years.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
like maybe I'll sound selfish because sometimes selfish is the best. You know what I mean? Depends how you use it. Me, all my family, when I left home, I told them I didn't promise anybody anything. And I left for my own reasons, my own way, how to develop myself. And then whatever happens, I could. But once you start acting from the beginning, when you get something, start giving that person. I don't mind my mother. I don't mind, the older. When my family is over 18, is not my child. You have to do something. But I know it sounds harsh because it's about us as well, how we spoil our own relatives. You know what I mean? And then once you run out of that,
you put in the pressure on yourself.
You become a bad person. You become like a failure. But if you program them how they want them to respect you, how they want them to talk to you and stuff, it's fine. I can arrive tomorrow back home with my laptop. I don't care, man. There's a tent or some stuff. I'll do it.
But you know what? But you know what, Nico? Like, it's so bad. I have experienced it, right? You find out that if you do have something, if someone asks for something and then you just give without any questions, no, they'll be asking, checking on you. The minute you don't have, you find out that people seem not to have any conversation with you. I've experienced it.
Expectations.
For me, I wanted to add something like, when it comes to these young people dying back home, there's one thing even here that I don't know if, what's your name?
Wakho.
Wakho.
Wakho, yeah.
Wakho, maybe you can also tell me more about this, because here in Europe, we are lucky because nowadays mental health is spoken a bit. But in the African communities, even in Europe, it's still very little bit to work with. I mean, in the Black communities, we've got people in Glasgow throw themselves on the rivers. You know what I mean? Like maybe about four stories. You know, and I work to the Mental Health Foundation now. I've got 2 episodes. I've got more coming. These are professional, not British people. But when you talk about this, to bring our Africans to come to these talks, no, me, I'm good, man. What's wrong with you? Hey, I'm fine, you know? And for me, I'm looking at like in my village, it's never been spoken. So all my relatives who killed themselves this year and last year, I've still got both sides of thinking like, what can I do actually to get to that cause? I know there's something wrong there. You know what I mean? Either what I said before, like pressure from their wives and kids, or proper mental health, which means it's been ignored for a million years in our communities. But now we're living in a different world. You know what I mean? Like a man should cry, no problem. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like before. If you know, even someone beat you on the street, it's okay. You know what I mean? It didn't kill you. You know what I mean? We need to pass that old school shit.
If you get beaten on the street as a man, you better run and hide.
Exactly. Otherwise, that's why some people trying to show off. You get stabbed dead. You know what I mean? You know, I laugh. At least you have you. You know.
Yeah, if you're my man and we get attacked and you run, you better not argue with me. I cannot be like, I'm gonna call that man. You want me to call that guy?
I think the issue is,
so the girlfriend, like the police, when they arrest you, they said, whatever you say, we use it against you in court.
Yo, you better not tell me anything. And then sometimes we complain when our men don't share anything with us. They just keep quiet, nah?
Yeah. And I think to answer your question, in Africa, I'm not gonna say South Africa because I grew up here, but in Africa entirely, we Black, especially Black men, we don't talk. We don't like to share things. Like I would have a problem, but I would not want to go to anybody to talk or to share my problem with. That is the first issue, because in our mentally, you are showing the sign of weakness, which is that sign of weakness we are thinking about. It's what it damages us inside, because that thing is gonna grow, it's gonna bottle up and grow and grow. When it's coming out, it's gonna be a mess, and then you're gonna regret it, because you will have that mentality that I should have said it earlier, you know. So that is one of the things that I, as myself, I feel like if you're person, like you're a black person, you grew up in Africa, talk about share it, do something. Most people now have podcasts. Go out there, put a video, talk about it, or go to the mental institution that where you can get advice and stuff like that, or go to your friends, brothers, people that you trust that can keep your secrets and actually advise you. You know.
But for you, Wakho, what is the peer pressure of making it, especially like as a young man, like where you are, like now? Because I think your relatives and Nico would have been maybe around the same age as Wakho, being in Africa, unemployed, the frustrations of like, yo, the time is going as a man. Because there's a lot of programs for women. Take a girl child to school. Oh, this program is for women. Like for you as a black young African man in Africa, like how hard is it?
It's extremely hard, to be honest with you. What I can say is, when you live in Africa, you're broke, you don't have money, you can't make money. It's one of the depressing things, because some of us, you feel like, for example, there's these new times now in my country where you can't date a woman because you're broke. You can't, if you don't afford it, you know what I mean? Like, everyone is trying to put someone down. That is the effect of being broke in South Africa. And the other thing is, you can't go anywhere. For example, in my state, you know, if I don't have like 50 rand on my pocket to like just take a trip to town, I can stay here for months without going anywhere because I'm broke. That is the reality of being a South African or an African person. It's difficult to go to places and say that you're exploring or you're visiting one of your friends who live like far and stuff like that. You don't even afford to buy snack.
I mean, you can't even afford to date. Is that how bad?
You can't. It is that how bad? Every majority of people now are single. There are so much, and there are so many beautiful people out there. You go around and be like, you're attractive, but why are you single? I'll be like, it's money, dude. You don't have money, especially us men, because we feel like if we date someone and then we're broke as we are, it's a disgrace. So you can't go out and date someone. So majority of there's that perception now these days. So it makes us difficult to like actually go out there and be ourselves, because you can't be out yourself without.
Yeah, but Nico, is it the same as in the UK? Like, can you date in the UK if you're broke?
Man, thanks for sharing that one, because I was talking about this last week. Here in UK, going for a date, like going for an interview, you know, the job interview. And then maybe like doing like a bus, what's called a driving lessons. And the person who's teaching how to drive, she doesn't have a car, but she's teaching how to drive. Yeah, that's a date. But anyway, I think the whole world is the same, man. The social media is actual dating everybody without seeing. So people see these things online, plastic people showing off. I bought my girl 200,000 pound chain. The guy is not even working, doesn't even have a house, but he's just putting rubbish, right? Then that message goes to the wrong person, and could be a girl and stuff like that. And for me, I think
no, but is it not better, because here there's white women who don't mind to find a relationship? So would you say that it is as hard as in Africa?
It's not hard as Africa. I think even in Africa there is some old women also looking for young guys, which means you guys don't approach them. You know what I mean? Like judges, some lawyers, you know what I mean? Like stuff. There is, man. But because you got this stigma, like when you're going with Magogo and stuff, people start. But nowadays, bro, don't worry about it. Just go with a nice old lady who got so much money. Chill. You know what I mean? You buy a car, you know, take it, because the world is getting tough there. All these young girls, bro, forget about them, because they're also hungry. It's like these two blind people walking the same auction, like trying to get somewhere. Girls, they'll date you because they never tried the black person. It's about sex. You know what I mean? And some of them can be loved. People use each other. That's the good point. Simple as that. But
so would you advise him to go to a situation like that? Where
no, I'm not saying, no, I'm not advising anyone out there. I'm not saying go to that. I'm saying for the survival tools, you know what I mean? It's your choice. I'm not saying go and do it. I mean, like, if it was me, I know where where the life is moving to now, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, go to the old people, they also miss the young generation. And they all settle down. No, they might even run some companies, get a job. So everybody is dating for advantage, you know. So I don't see what's wrong with men to do that, because if women do that, we're all women. What's wrong with that? Go, let's have a competition, you know what I mean? I'll come with my gogo, you come with your
old man.
the old man, the billionaire, we just chill. Basically, love is killing old people. But I don't know, man. For me,
Yeah.
I've been single for a while. I like it. In and off. I got my hit and run. You know what I mean? Like here we call it what's called, not one night stand, but it's called hit and run. It's called cheap. Or no benefits. That's friends for no benefits, right? But you achieve more when you live by yourself in that way. Because like now I'm in the Zoom. If she was here, we're like, oh, we're supposed to be in Argos. Remember, it's 4 o'clock now. It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, all that shit. You know what I mean? So, but don't get me wrong, lovers, please keep holding each other, because in Europe, you think people love each other, man. They do it for sake of being seen. I want to be seen outside with someone, so people don't say anything. People like me, they don't see with someone, they'll start suspicious. Is he all right? Don't you think is maybe something wrong with this guy? Is he gay or is he lesbian? You know, they start. So when they do that, you start, oh, maybe I should do someone so no one talk behind.
But Nico,
sorry,
Nico, I've not seen you with anyone. What's your type?
Oh God. Maybe you never go to my areas. I like those girls who don't talk too much. You know, like they call them how they call them, introverts. When you meet them, they look like they're not well. but they're really well. I mean, they're very quiet, they're very deep people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they don't. It's very rare to find them. It's very, very rare.
Where do you find them? Because I can't picture. I've never seen you with any woman. Like even when we are out, I've never seen you with anyone. So where do you find them?
Maybe you should ask my friends, people who hang around with me before. Not before, even ask people. My last, I don't want to say it on the live podcast. I'll get cancelled.
Yeah. So where would you
find? We spent almost like two years together, and then 2018 things didn't go well.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I started to start building up myself, like this podcast. And
also, you don't like women who talk too much. You just want like a quiet lady.
No, not too. I don't know what I mean. Talk too much. For example, do you know when people they talk about you? For example, they're like, she's so confident. I like. That's nice. Like, yeah, the energy is there and that blah blah. But the girls I'm talking, the introverts, they really they can look in your eye and then they keep quiet. They're just like,
they wouldn't be on the podcast. You say they wouldn't be doing their own podcast.
No, they do it. They're not like they talk, but I mean, I don't know artists. They're kind of like spiritual people. They're very deep. You know.
Those ones who are not wearing shoes. They like to be.
Yeah, like hippies, for example. Like
Oh, you like dating hippies? Okay.
Yeah, like people they're very rare to find them here, because that's how I always go in the Highlands and try and get to like outside.
You try and sneak around and pretend you're there for camping.
Yeah. No, not pretend. It's not pretend. This is my hunting ground.
This is your hunting ground. Wow.
Yeah, why should I pretend? You know, you never see a lion that turns up like, oh, I'm just pretending.
A lion doesn't pretend to be in the
Exactly. Don't pretend. Just be there. Like, I'm here, guys. And I'm here.
But Wakho is also probably gonna be hoping to be getting someone the minute he gets here. Like, what advice can you give him? Where should he?
You're not gonna die, my friend. Even if you can't have sex for 2 years, 4 years, you're still gonna be much stronger.
I don't think this is a young guy.
I'm too good. I'm too good looking for that.
You can pay as you go. If anything, pay as you go, you can still have options. You know what I mean? Life never ends because you don't meet someone. What I'm saying, there's so many options in life to actually go through to it. But if you want to reach that specific person, keep trying, man. Just don't give up.
But the thing is, bro, I grew up in South Africa. Like, we do the approaching, bro. Like, it's one of the know it. You know it. We do approach it. So we don't sit and watch, you know. But yeah, I know one of these days now we're no longer doing that. But as men here, bro, like I'm telling you, we do talk.
Wait, is it
You
like a
talk to
turn
the
off?
ladies.
Is it a turn off if a woman is pursuing you?
Nah, it's not.
Man.
It's a welcome. For
It's
me,
not.
because I'm lazy.
For me, for me personally, it's not. It's not because
No?
like it should be allowed in some way, because like how are we gonna know when someone's liking you?
No, but
You know,
I
if
think
they
you
don't.
guys are just saying that. But I think
No.
naturally, you guys, if you find a woman, like if it's easy, I don't think you take it too serious. I think you guys like a challenge. The minute a woman shows you how much they love you, you guys start acting up.
But to be
I've
honest,
seen it.
to be
You
honest with
don't
you,
agree?
sis,
Huh?
to be honest with you, is like in these days you would take a woman like that, because one thing that I know is this: majority of people are not serious. We're dealing with like animals out there.
Yeah. You
So
never know
if you
someone's
find the one person,
intention.
yeah, you know. So now, if you find that one person who's willing to give it, it doesn't matter if she tries it first and goes with you and like approach you. Someone like me would appreciate it and be like, I respect you for that. You know, some other guys, I don't know about them, but maybe they would, maybe they not.
But that
It's
has
it's
been
it's
my
different.
experience. The minute you show a guy like how much you like them, that's the minute they start acting up. Or is it like the ones that are not really matured?
Yeah, I
No.
think it's
Okay, you go ahead, man. I was gonna say something.
I think it's one of those ones who grew up in that mindset that if a girl should not approach you, you're the one who's supposed to do the approaching thing.
Mm.
But we are not acknowledging the fact that it's us guys, when we're approaching the girls, it's unlikely to, most of the times it's rejections. It's that 2 or 1% of the girls gonna like accept you. So if you find out there's a girl who likes, like she likes you,
So
and
it's
when she
less work
comes
for
to
you.
so now it's less work because I like it, because I've been trying. So now let me see where this is gonna go, and then I'll take it there. Because like these days, it's very difficult to like go to a girl, because some girls don't like to be approached. You are annoying them. Maybe it's how I
Especially if
do
I
my
don't like you
approaching.
now. If I
Yeah,
don't
but
like you and you keep bothering me, I get so angry. I'm like, out of all these people in this shop, you thought like you should just approach me. What is it about me?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
I
That's the
get you.
thing, to be honest.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nico.
So
before we go, I don't know what's this topic called. Anyway, I'll just join later.
Yeah.
I was like, you always meet the players. You see, when you always meet the players,
Yo,
you see
why?
the problem. I'm not saying this in personal. I'm just saying like 90% of women nowadays, they meet their players. Any guy, like in Europe, for example, who's like 30s from different, not in South Africa or Zimbabwe, from other East African stuff. They got wives already before, they got kids. They've been playing. So because as well, I don't know, I'm not getting to women's mind, like African women and stuff. I don't know. For me, I'm very soft guy, so they see me like, oh, I'm looking for a strong man. I'm a skin man, you know what I mean? Now to women to jump at me, I better have money, you know what I mean? Otherwise, there's no structure in my, I'm not like one of those people work like inviting
Guys, okay, we have
musculars,
less than a minute.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
yeah, stop guys meeting players because you only judge them the way they look. But it'd be good to get in the brain of someone.
That's a hard thing because we're over here in South Africa or in Africa. At least you meet a guy, you know his family. Here, you can only take what the person tells you. You know, they could be anything or they could be anyone. Like you say, a person could be like married with children and they just tell you what they want you to know.